It says we're both running on both whoop, programs, so I'm just gonna take that as gospel. How you doing? Wow, look at how tight this shot has gotten. What have they done over there? This app is so wiggy. I'm telling you. Oh, it's like it's zoomed. I wonder if I can do something about it in the settings. Hmm. Huh. Nope. Graphics. Wow. Well, I guess that's what it is. All right. Wow. Oh, we got it for you. We can play it again for you. Let's do that while I cut the lights on. All right, let's cut this light on. Amazing. The camera angle is so weird now. Oh, hold on. Let's see if I can tilt this up a little bit. I guess that's it. All right. Yeah, the camera angle is weird. I don't know what to tell you. Try and get the most of the iPad in there. All right. I guess that's it. How's everybody doing? It's Friday. I am exhausted. No one cares, but I have been up for a while now. Um, did some driving today. There are people out on the road who are miserable, miserable, miserable. So watch yourself out there. I don't really have anything to talk about today because I was running all day. But I'm glad that it's Friday. It's windy. It is chilly. Yesterday it was 73 degrees when we did the show at night. And now I've got all the windows open, the air conditioning off. And like I said yesterday, it's like someone came through and told someone to get the fuck out of here. Apparently, it's still going to get warm, though. It's going to be warm like 90s again, apparently. But these last few days, I think, are really cool just because a hurricane moved through and may have like mucked up all the heat and hot weather. And we have more coming, but we'll see what happens. Uh, excuse me. I've been up since like I want to say 4:35. Um, and I actually just made coffee, but it's not all the coffee's fault. I also went out and got a giant plate of freaking French fries that I polished off while they were good and hot. And now I may have a French fry coma stalking me. That's fine. That's fine. It's Friday, man. You know what I'm saying? Not a man. It's Friday, people. So today is the day to have your I don't know whatever your guilty pleasure is. Ooh-wee. So I'm looking around the internet, and a lot of the people are talking about this prosecutor who got indicted. I don't think they're found guilty. They should, because it's conspiracy, quite frankly. And everybody think that it was the right thing. Like, so I'm beginning to think she may be found guilty. Uh, I did see that 3 Super Bowl rings, dies in a motorcycle accident. Here's the problem. I was looking at motorcycles today, oddly enough. Every time I look at motorcycles, there's a famous person or a famous story about a motorcyclist who gets hurt or killed. And I'm like, maybe I really want a Ducati. I'm like, I'm not gonna get one. I'm too old to get one. It's one of those things like I might as well say I want to be an astronaut. It just doesn't make any sense for me to get one now. And also the problem is no matter how good a driver, a rider you are, whew, I'm gonna have to stop messing with this coffee. No matter how good a motorcyclist you are, a rider you are, all these people are driving around on their phones, not paying attention, eating, putting on. It's they will kill you dead before your lack of know-how will, and that's my problem. If if it was only me, I wouldn't worry about it because I'm like, I'm not gonna kill me. I'm good with this. But it's other people who will run me over or cut me off. Ugh. And a lot of this is in the rain too. I don't want to look up and see if it was in the rain or not, but man, yeah. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Oh my goodness. Woohoo. Yeah. I get all misty eyed. Ugh. Ugh. Oh, he went over the line and crashed into somebody else? Yeah. Sure that wasn't on purpose? I mean, there's a lot of CT stuff going on. That doesn't sound good at all. Whew. The world is a weird place. Hmm. Here's the thing that's in the news. So this woman who punched this flight attendant in the mouth, they just charged her today, right? So I guess it was waiting. She was arrested. Normally, you know what you're being charged with, and then you can make bail. But apparently, they just charged her. They arrested her but then they charged her today with two felonies. Uh, One is like disrupting a stewardess, and one is hitting hitting like somebody and causing bodily damage because she knocked out two of her teeth. She just got off her chair. It's on camera. Like everybody's got a cell phone. Clunk clunk. Caught her flush in the face. Right. Two charges. First charge is 10 years if you're found guilty. The second one can be up to 20. So she's looking at 30 years for one punch. People are so fucking stupid. You know, it's the arrogance of people, and you see it all over the place. You see it in these ridiculous policemen, right? You see it in like famous people doing like stuff to their employees. You see it in corporate. You know, it's just who. I mean, it's all economic class. It's just something wrong with people. Police put out a warrant for Louisiana 911 operator who was allegedly hanging up on emergency callers. Why? Everything is taped, people. All right. It's pretty good. So, oh man, they're already began to inundate me with 9/11 stuff. Just, all right. Um, an anti-masker just tried to zip tie a school principal over COVID rules. That's the kind of shit that's going to get you 15 years in jail, right? And this is what it is. They go home, they talk to each other. It's a win. It's like a closed loop, right? You go home, you watch it on Fox because Fox News is not the same news as in like some of the liberal places. So they tell you one thing, and then you go and talk to your homies, and they all watch the same thing, and then they all come to the bar or to work or to whoever, and they all view it just as you view it. Uh, so it must be everybody else. So you end up in this sort of self-replicating cycle of, what's wrong with those people over there. That's not to say that they're wrong about everything, though, but it is to say how people get like this. Just like they were activating, like people would read ISIS shit and like, you know, become all ISIS members and do something in their hometown. And some of them were military people. One woman left her kids and husband and ran off to fight with ISIS, right? Um, all through the internet, uh, all through TV, all through media. crazy. Passenger accused of punching Southwest flight attendant in the face faces federal charges. Let this be a lesson to you people. Let's look her story up. Let this be a lesson to you. Keep your hands to yourself. Uh, and when I was a kid, they were called stewardesses. I'm just saying. A California woman. You want to put this up? He went over the line. Maybe he got distracted and drove over the line. Is that what it was? Was it a head-on collision? We'll look that up. A California woman who allegedly it's on video. People, everybody's got a cell phone. Everybody's just kind of like, no matter what you do, there's gonna be 14 angles of you doing it. Oh my God! Flight attendant who allegedly punched a flight attendant in the face and grabbed her hair was charged with assault Wednesday in federal court. The incident marked an escalation in unruly behavior by airline passengers and led to the president of the Flight Attendants Union to ask for more federal air marshals on planes. You do know that federal air marshals is a racket, right? There's like 500 of them and like half a million fucking planes flying time, and you never hear them make an arrest or anything. Flight, but oh boy. Usually it's the passengers who tack them after 9/11, right? That makes more sense. This year, the Federal Aviation Administration has issued more than 1 million in fines due to unruly passengers amid mask mandates. Viviana, Vivianna. Good Lord, she's got two V's, two A's, two N's. Oh, Lord, girl. Oh, God. Viviana Quinones. Well, how the hell does she spell Quinones? Was also charged with interfering with a flight crew. She is scheduled to appear in court in San Diego on September 17th. The attendant of the Southwest the attendant on the Southwest Airlines plane lost two teeth and suffered other injuries to her face. May 23rd from flight to Sacramento to San Diego. Prosecutors said a cut on her left eye required 4 stitches. Her left eye was bruised and swollen, and her right arm was bruised. The flight attendant had asked Quinones to fasten her seatbelt. That is outrageous that a flight attendant ask you some wild shit like that. What's next? Put your tray, well, and store her tray table and properly wear her face mask as the plane began to. I think I'm telling you, man, asking people to wear their face masks has gotten a lot of people shot, killed, beat up, ruined a lot of people who otherwise would not have ever been a criminal, sent to prison. Wow. The flight attendant had asked Quinones to fasten her seatbelt and sew her tray table and properly wear her mask as the plane began its final descent. Quinones told authorities that she had acted in self-defense. What self-defense? Oh my God. You can't act in self-defense. According to the probable cause statement, her attorney, Newt Johnson, okay, your attorney's name is Newt Johnson. You're going to do so much time in jail. Newt Johnson did not immediately respond to a request for comment. The Sacramento Bee had reported that Quinones lives in Sacramento suburb of Antelope. Quinones also faces charge in state court. Tanya Sierra, a spokeswoman for the San Diego County District Attorney, said she is scheduled to appear in court on September 10th. For what, though? Yeah, see? What for what though? This you left this hanging. Why is this what? Wait, what? No, that can't be right. Hold on. That is the worst ended article I've seen in a minute. Let's go to you. Oh my gosh. That didn't. Yeah, same video. I'm not even gonna play it because I don't really like to play it. There's a heart back there. I don't like to play these videos where people fall down the steps and break their leg or fall off the apple crate challenge or whatever it is. People get caught. I just don't like this to do it. However, the federal charges documents said police officer got to off the plane. She told law enforcement she acted in self-defense. A pastor see the Free Rose from shared a video of the incident with the Sacramento Bee. It showed the woman identified by police as Quinones. Shortly, there you go. Yep, there you go. Don't have a news. If you don't want to give people the news, then don't fucking have a news outlet. People really just piss me off. We'll find it somewhere for free. Where's the AP? Elizabeth, New Jersey. Look at this graveyard. Look at this graveyard. Labor Day is right around the corner. It's Monday, right? This is your 3 day weekend. Our 3 day weekend. Rocket, terminated fire explosion, abortion. You know what, ladies? I don't even know what to tell you. I said it a few weeks ago. We keep having the same fights over and over so people can raise money on it. Nothing is ever solved. Then give that 15 years to raise a lot of money and people run for office on it. And then it'll go back to being illegal. And then other people will raise money on it and tell you they're going to overturn it. And da 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 da. Then another 20 years, they'll flip it back to, and that's what we're looking at here. What was I looking for? Hurricane Afghan sports news for politics. How's this a top story? Biden, 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 Biden. Ivermectin. Companies losing job requirements, but challenges remain. Nobody wants to work in your bullshit jobs for no money while you disrespect them and then the people disrespect them. Now they're like, maybe I'll try anything else other than this since I've been out of work. Right. So now people are exploring with other ways. Some people went back to school. The idea, this happened 600 years ago too. The idea that people are happy with the life they have because you orchestrated this fucked up system does not mean. I said it when this whole thing started. We can put it, get shit back the way it was. Like, who wants to put it back the way it was? There are fucking random shootings all the time. The cops routinely kill somebody, right? Women are always complaining about the handsy men at work. Like, people never get what they want. They want to be able to afford college and buy a house. You can't do any of that shit. Why would you put it back the way it was? Why? So all the rich people on Capitol Hill can be happy about it? More than 45 dead after Ida. The remnants blindside New York. I was calling my friends, telling them they were getting a storm. Some of them didn't even know. It really is sort of, this guy should be done. Florida governor appeals ruling on a mask in school. He doesn't want you to wear a mask in school. Everybody wants to wear a mask in school. The governor is telling you, if you wear a mask in school, I'm gonna pay you and I'll get you fired and all this shit. But I want to wear, you know what I'm saying? I wanna wear a mask. I don't want you to wear a mask in school. What? It's one thing to be like, I demand everybody wear a mask. You know, he's the complete opposite, man. That governor is goofy. All right, so let's close this. We're not gonna be able to find it. Actually, maybe we could find. Hold on. Is it even worth it? Probably not worth it. Let's look up. Missouri teen football player crushed to death in student housing elevator accident. That's brutal. All right. Really? You're selling charcoal grills. This, oh my God, this is your whole article. You fucking suck as a newspaper. Former New England Patriot player dies in motorcycle crash. David Patton Jr., 47. Who even wrote this shit? Infinite scroll enabled. Richmond County, South Carolina. Former New England Patriot has died in a motorcycle crash in Richland County, according to county coroner Native Rutherford. David Patton Jr., 47 of Columbia, died in a motorcycle accident that occurred at 9:45 p.m. At night, Thursday, at the intersection of Clemson Road and Old Clemson Road. Clemson Road and Old Clemson Road. Patton was a former wide receiver for New England Patriots. We're working with South Carolina Patrol to fully investigate active, Rutherford said. That is your fucking news story? Hold it. Charcoal Girls. Look at this. Charcoal Girls. Charcoal. That's your news story? You're an embarrassment of a news organization. You really are. Shame on you. Shame on you for calling that as actual story. There was no name on it. Ah, thank you. Right back. Crush your death in freak elevator accident. You can't even ever. Sometimes you can't even find the thing to fucking close it. Anyway, I don't even know what to tell you. So, yeah, I somehow have to. Well, half the place is on fire. Half the place is on the water. He was once the first January 6th defendant to plead guilty to a felony 9. He wants to take it back. He wants to undo his plea. People are idiots. Um, Wow, yeah, there doesn't seem to be much interesting in the news that I care to talk about. Celebrities who date who, I don't really care about that. The president gave another speech today, didn't he? At like 3, another like 3 in the afternoon speech. Hold on, let me check. I know he was gonna make comments about Ida or 9/11. Biden. Biden signs order of declassification. That was 11 minutes ago. Yeah, it is what it is, man. Doing the afternoon freaking presidential speeches while people are at work. Normally, let me get up here. Normally, it's 7, 8. What was this? Biden orders review and potentially release classified documents related to September 11th. On Friday, signed the Department of Justice. Da 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 da. All right. He gave a speech today. Biden lied about visiting Pittsburgh, and White House admits Biden claimed he visited Chia Skinner is not true. He's a glad handing. He's done this before. This the first time he tried to run, he lied and stole somebody's speech and got him thrown out of his first presidential run. Now here he is, president, still lying. I think he's just too old for the gig, guys. I hate to be an asshole, but he's too old for the gig. But here's the thing: all these other guys want to sit in that seat and do the same uselessness. It's not like you'll trade him out for a better one. All right. Ugh. President for all Americans, Joe Biden for president. Ugh. We are now the only third country in the world whose economy is bigger than it was before the pandemic. Our economy plan is working. Dude, we want Trump. Ah! Great job, President Biden. I'm just turning down a film I love because it shoots in Texas. This is about Afghanistan. It's not just about Afghanistan. It's about ending an era of major military operation we make other countries. Yeah, all right. It's all too much. Uh, where's my phone? Here's my phone. When is sunset? One sec. It's taking a while to look up when is sunset. When is sunset? On it. Okay, sometimes you can't get the thing you want dug up from your robotic lady inside your tiny phone who calls out shit to you. I think it's a genie. Fact check. Senator Joni Ernst falsely claimed Biden has not once expressed gratitude for troops who fought in the last scene. Why you gotta lie? Like nobody's got a fucking phone. If you're lying, then you're a liar. You shouldn't be in government. And people will keep these people around for 20 years. Oh, Idaho hospitals are nearly. And I heard that we don't talk about. We're doing this show before Haps. I don't understand that sentence. What do you mean? Um, Florida will fine businesses $5,000 for enforcing COVID-19 vaccination proof. So Florida is trying to make sure you don't do what you want to do by. If I want to wear a mask, Florida doesn't want me to. I don't see why that's his business. Why is this the hill you're gonna die on? There's got to be a sinister reason behind it. Ugh. Everything's about like yeah, all the news is just who's dating who. Apparently, I didn't even know that football season opened. Here are five drummer approved drumsticks for your what? Black unemployment setback shows Fed's challenges targeting broad and inclusive job growth. Yeah, just because people say they will do the right thing by you, don't mean they will do the right thing by you. This is why the civil rights movement was never about being part of it. It was like, leave us alone and stop hurting us. We can do it ourselves. Now, all we hear are, I'm doing it on both YouTube and Twitch. Should I check? Is it not on YouTube and Twitch? All right, let's see. Da-da-da. Let's check Twitch. I think I'm streaming on Twitch. There you go. Wow, this thing is taking a while to kick over. Ah, oh, am I loud? I feel like I'm not loud. Ah, oh, am I loud? Yeah, okay, that's fine. We'll kill this. That's there. We'll go over here. Thanks for giving me a second to check this, guys. I appreciate it. Yeah, we're streaming. Oh. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. All right. All right. There's a lot of sirens on the weekends. Hmm. I guess that's not gonna work. All right. This here, put that there, and go back to here. All right. So shrinky dinky. All right. So I think that worked out. My old shows are all on YouTube. All my live stuff is on, I think, both of them. Man, whoo wee. That coffee is not helping. Or maybe it's a stomach full of French fries. Super duper cold water. It's just the best. Let's cut this on. So yeah, we're having life moments. So we have to we slowed down a lot of stuff. Uh like I wanted to start doing all sorts of other stuff, but I haven't been able to just because I gotta wait till this whole thing going on in my daily life to sort of slide. You know, Putin is such a smug former nurse pleads guilty to so she was in a coma or she was mentally set back and couldn't defend herself, and he's her nurse and he's in there raping her, gets her pregnant. Yeah, 25 years would be a good amount of time for him. The new Afghanistan, same as the old Afghanistan. Nazi sympathizer Ben John sentenced to read literary classics instead of prison. What? The power of white privilege achieved new levels this week. Hold on. I gotta read that. I've gotta put this up. Hold on. No, it's white. No, hold on. It's Nazi sympathizer. It's not white Nazi sympathizer. It should be new news. Here it is. The Metro. Nazi sympathize Navy. What's wrong with who stormed Capitol poses a threat to Jews, Justice Department says. Navy probe find contractor charging Capitol insurrection was well-known Nazi sympathizer. Got his money from the government, right? But only if he reads Pride and Prejudice. Ben John, 21, read up on bomb making and was caught with nearly 70,000 vile documents. A Nazi sympathizer who studied bomb making has been spared jail on the condition he read Jane Austen and Shakespeare. Ben Johnson was caught with almost 70,000 white supremacist and terror related documents after launching a tirade against gay people and immigrants. He could have been put behind bars for up to 15 years after being found guilty of possessing information likely to be used for preparing an act of terror. What? He could have been sentenced to 15. What is this sentence? After being found guilty of possessing information likely to be useful to preparing an act of terror. Not that you did it, but you've got what? What kind? See the laws they fucking write when you turn your back. This doesn't make any sense. This shouldn't be a crime. This is essentially censorship, right? I mean, somebody doing it or plotting to do it, I get, but just having information. Oh boy! All right, I'm not even going to die on this hill. But that's bullshit. But an unusual turn of events, so a judge ordered him to return to court every 4 months to be tested on his knowledge of classic literature. Judge Timothy Speck, QC, told the defendant he had avoided prison by the skin of his teeth as he gave him a 2 year jail sentence, suspended for 2 years plus a further year on license. I don't even know what that means. He could have got 19 years. He got 2 year suspended sentence. Ordering him not to research any more right wing materials, he said, "Do you promise me that?" John replied, "I promise." Judge then asked him, "Have you read Dickens, Austen, Start with Pride and Prejudice, and Why? This shit is not relevant to this modern world. It's 200 years old. It's just shit that makes you feel fucking European, I guess. What is the point of this? I mean, I know a lot. I've read a lot of Shakespeare, but so what? You think that's going to keep me out of the joint if I get a DUI or something? But Your Honor, I know Pride and Prejudice. I know The Tempest. I mean, get what? The judge then asked, "Have you read on January 4th?" He said, the judge then asked him, "Have you read Dickens, Austen, Start with Pride and Prejudice, and Dickens, A Tale of Two Cities, Shakespeare, Twelfth Night? Think about Hardy. Think about Trollope, or whatever, who the fuck the hell this is. Let's look this up. You're sending him to college. I mean, trial up.
Trolla, Trolla, Trolla.
Trollop. That's what I said. I thought it sounded wrong. On January 4th, you will be telling me that you've been. On January 4th, you will tell me what you have read, and I will test you on it. What? This is what I'm talking about. What power does a fucking judge have if he could just pull shit out his ass like this? Now he's your mentor? How did I get all the subscribers? I don't have a lot of subscribers, man. Um, I will be watching you, Ben John, every step of the way. If you let me down, you know what will happen. The former look, if you would have gave him, he could have went to jail for 19 years. If you would have gave him 19 years and told him to read all this shit, I'd be like, oh, all right. Ugh. I'll be watching Ben every step of the way. If you let me down, you know what will happen. The former De Montfort University student from Lincoln was first identified as a terrorist days after he turned 18. He was summoned to meet uh, prevent officers who aim to de-radicalize people at the risk of extremism in June of 2018. But 4 months later, he wrote a letter to his school claiming to be part of the Lincoln fascist underground and attacking homosexual people, immigrants, and liberals. Further intervention from Prevent and psychiatric evaluation didn't work. And in April 2019, John copied more than 9,000 right wing and terror related documents onto the hard drive of his computer. He added another 2,600 a few months later. Police found 7 of the documents had many viable instructions on how to make devastating explosions after raiding his student house in Leicester in January 2020. Lincolnshire police Where the fuck is this? Lincolnshire police had to carry out a forensic examination of his hard drive before they had been wiped by John a month prior. So he wiped. Yeah, okay. So that this all this is fucking. All right. Despite the right wing literature and the man, Judge Spencer concluded John Hay would like to be an act of teenage folly. He was 21 and an isolated incident. He did it multiple times. He said the young man was highly susceptible to recruitment by others, more prone to action, but added, I am not of the view that harm is likely to have been caused. Addressing the offender, he said, "You are a lone individual with few, if any, true friends." I said this a couple of days ago. I said, "You take some of these people out of." Am I leaning out of frame when I do this? Yeah, I am. I'm sorry. Uh, you take people out of these. Uh, man, I can't even read this. I'm so pissed off. Up to 15 years. I'm thinking this goofiness is not in America. Metro. UK. Yeah, it's not in America. But the idea that is fucking nuts. Go read Pride and Prejudice. This guy's another story. He posed a threat. Okay, did you say so? Do I even want to read what you said about him? I don't think I do. He's still jailed, will remain jail pending trial. Yeah. Why is this society so fucking obsessed with Adolf Hitler? I mean, fucking seriously. Ooh, nice. Hold on. Oh, this isn't even up. I'm sorry. I'm thinking that here we go. Do I want this? Yeah, let's get it. If it's free, it's for me. All right. All right. Excellent. Now we can cut that. Close this. All right. We can put this back up. Sorry about that. I wonder how he poses a threat. American Nazis and Nazi symbols have been around. Teen Vogue. Why is this an article in Teen Vogue 2018? Yeah, again, you can make money off Nazism in America too. You can knife people on hate and all this shit. Even as you say you love the fucking American military, you're worshiping one of their enemies that they had to put down, right? These people don't make any fucking sense. Even as you're sitting here flying the American flag and saying how you respect the cops, they're hitting cops in the head with a fucking flag. I mean, they'll say anything. It's the great corrupter, right? I want to associate myself with a good thing while I'm not worthy to be anywhere near that good thing, then take it over and do the evil shit that I normally do. This is why all these guys are flying American flags, right? And talking about the cops, the cops, the cops. And then so they get their chance, they're just nonsense people. How do I get all these subscribers? Um, yes, please like and subscribe, people. I could use more subscribers. I don't think I have much more than 10 or 20 or so. Um, some European Union countries are placing new limits on Americans traveling in response to the surge. Well, yeah, I wouldn't let it come in either. I mean, all these may have stories. What do you mean may have? Could have. Probably in the future. I mean, the people who write these articles are up their ass about what an actual news story is. Prosecutor who didn't charge Ahmaud Arbery's killer now face prison time. She's not going to be found guilty. She should be, but she won't be. It's a vice. Man, I am really sort of tired. Indicted for misconduct. The grand jury has decided that former Georgia prosecutor, she was a former DA, right? Not a DA, but the DA, who initially decided not to press charge in the Ahmaud Arbery case last year, used her power to protect two men involved and should now face charges of her own. Yeah. The culture, yeah, this whole thing is disgusting. Yeah, another black man has been killed. Harvey Weinstein, convicted rapist, claims he didn't rape anyone in LA. Yeah. Back teen faced me in jail after stopping on Back the Blue sign. Yeah, this was last summer. What happened with this case? Yeah, this whole I remember this story. He misses the dog who was friendly and shoots the owner in the chest. Just this off-duty cop pulls over some kids, gets into a chase with them. I wonder what happened to him. This is July 2006. All we need really for this is what I'm saying. Is facing criminal charges. You know, tell me if it's search Google for it. Please not guilty to charges. July 16th. So this is a few months ago. Okay, you know what? I don't want your news to. I want it Boston.com. Do you want to go here? Let's go here. Pawtucket, Rhode Island. What is going? Why can't I hate these people? $25,000 bill. That's it. Daniel Dolan, 30, did not enter the plea to 3 counts of assault and 1 count of discharge of a foreigner without when committing a crime of violence, as is normal connected in Canada last month. He was also ordered to have no contact with the driver and the two other teenagers who were in the car and surrender his firearm. That's just pro forma bullshit right there. Uh, some people it makes sense. Don't contact your ex-wife. Don't contact your family. It makes sense. But like with random strangers, Codington Dolan was returning from a detail assignment on the evening of June 23rd when he encountered an Audi sedan on Interstate 95 in West Greenwich. The vehicle exited the highway and Dolan tried to detain the driver of the Audi outside a pizza shop. When the operator of the Audi tried to drive away, Dolan fired 1 round from his service weapon, striking the driver in the arm. Surveillance video from the pizza shop shows an unmarked white pickup truck with a black bed panel, with a black bed pullout with a black bed pull alongside the Audi. A man in civilian clothes gets out the truck and holds up a badge, and the Audi reverses away. The shooting occurred off camera. No one else was injured. The driver was identified by his attorney as Dominic Vincent, 18, West Greenwich. The other two in the car were 18-year-old friends, 17 and the 70-year-old brother. The two were picking up pizza and then heading to Vincent's house to watch an NBA game, their attorney said. Kid shit, right? Vincent told police he didn't think Dolan was a real police officer based on his clothing and his vehicle, which makes sense to me. We are pleased to see the Attorney General has begun this process, and we're confident in the ability and the efforts of the Attorney General office to see that this really sad affair is brought to justice. The teenage lawyer Howell said, "Yeah, look at it. Look, see, they're just idiots. Cops are ridiculous." And I told my friends this: they're gonna keep getting out of control. Then when it's your kids, you're gonna want some justice. 3 white kids in Rhode Island. What were they doing? No, no, no. You can go live with as many subscribers as you got. One or none. A million or zero. Connecticut State troopers killed in a was he? Ugh. Wow. People are dying in the that hurricane was serious. People in the northeast are drowning in their houses. Dolan told officers that the Audi was traveling more than 100 miles an hour. This is easy to find because all cars have a computer chip in them. Check the computer chip. Follow it because he thought he may be fleeing the scene of a crime. He told investigators he opened fire because he thought the car would strike him. It was moving away from you. Officer Dolan spent the better part of 17 years serving and protecting as United States Marine and the police officer for the city of Pawtucket. That's exactly what he's doing that evening. Here's the thing: if they're going 100 miles an hour, you're in a fucking truck. We saw it, right? Yeah, this is him in the truck. They're going 100 miles an hour, and you're keeping up in this piece of shit. I mean, it's even the lies don't stand up. And then you want to trade on your military service and all this. A bully's a bully, and for whatever reason, he was on his "how dare you do X Y Z to me? Don't you know who I am?" kind of shit. And this is what got him in here. It's like that cop who grabbed that woman and her dog leaving the park. Then all of a sudden, kind of like caught himself, right? But it was too late by then. Assistant fire chief among 2 dead in the wake of Rhode Island social club shooting. Oh Lord, we didn't even hear about that. Uh, Though a resource officer at the Pawtucket Middle School has been placed on unpaid leave by the city. He's a resource officer, unpaid leave. I look in a million years ago, there was a guy who got fired. He said he was wrongly fired, and I think he had like 7 or 8 years on, and he fought it, and like 15 years later, he won, and they had to reinstate him with back pay and all this shit, and give him time in, and he ended up with like 22 years, just retiring him out. But he was like, I should have been a lieutenant. I should have been a captain. That this is bullshit. It's racist, is what he said. Uh yeah, it happened recently too. A woman who was fired from the police department that I think choked out George Floyd. She won her case like 2 years after that happened, and she'd been fired for like 8 years or something. They had to reinstate her and give her back pay. Yeah, it becomes a club. It's this fucked up club of bad people. And I tell people, look, it's spilt water running across the table. It's going to land in your lap too. Don't be so arrogant to think that what you know what I mean. I mean, you let the genie out the bottle. You let a mean guy be a mean guy. He's just going to be all over the place. Shot that kid in the arm. For what reason? Because he was doing 100 miles an hour. Says you. Look, my car moves. I could outrun a lot of shit out here. Some stuff I don't even bother to look at because it's a ridiculous thing to challenge them, right? So, having known that, that's why you paid all that extra money for your Ferrari or your number less Ferrari, your Corvette or your Mustang GT or your Hemi, this, that, or the other thing, right? Um, but you're not blowing past me in my car with like uh what looks to be a tow truck unless it's souped up. And that was no souped up tow truck. That was just a run of the mill get around tow truck, probably with an AM radio. You know, you use it for work. You're not really styling in it. And he's acting like he kept up with him. And he's lucky. Here's the thing: the shooting was caught on tape, but the way it was caught on tape was he went around the front of the car and they pulled out. And then you see him on the video shooting at them. So the car didn't, you didn't see, but you saw they didn't plow into him. So all his stuff, I thought they were gonna, and I was afraid for my life and things were gonna happen. So I killed him anyway, just to be, you know what? Your proactiveness is not necessarily warranted. It really isn't. You're shooting up people's kids. And I will tell you, if that kid, like, yeah, they should. He's got 3 fights. As I see, he's got to fight to stay out of jail. He's then gonna have to fight, get another lawyer to fight to keep his job that he's been in for 17 years. He's gonna have to get another lawyer to fight the lawsuit coming from these boys. You know, the old system was I'm gonna do wild shit, and then the cops are gonna cover me, and no judge is gonna convict me, and we like it like this. I don't know if that's the case anymore. It's like robbing trains in the Wild West, right? I'm sure it was lucrative, but eventually, you know, like robbing banks, rather, they got your number, right? Eventually, the telephone, not the telephone, the wire system is up, so you could tell we just got robbed. They're heading your way, and then before you know it, there's a posse on you. So it's no longer worth it to rob banks, no longer worth it to rob trains, right? And that just needs more water. And that's the way it works, people. But you out here doing just vile meanness to everybody. I used to tell people, doctor who advocated for masks in schools sent racist hate mail. Even the doctors are fucked up. What was the racist hate mail? I gotta see someone. Oh man. All right, fine. People are fucking. Look, I have met a lot of people who were good students but fucked up people. You know, learning shit is a skill too, just like playing the guitar or juggling, right? People can learn how to learn, but learning how to process information and emotional stuff, you have to go through some stuff, right, to be emotionally intelligent. You got to have uh, cried and let stuff go, and all this stuff. You just don't always react to everything, and then they call that emotional intelligence, I guess. Doctor Doctor who is asking for mass in schools to hate mail. A Michigan doctor has revealed a Michigan doctor has revealed how he was sent racist hate mail for speaking. Oh, it's not like he said it. Doctor who advocated for masks in schools sent racist hate mail. This sentence is. Oh my god! Oh, I'm gonna have an aneurysm. Oh. It's not me, right? Hey, good to meet you. Wingnut. Wingnut. I got you. Doctor who advocated for masks in schools sent racist hate mail. That implies he sent the racist hate mail, but no, he was sent racist hate mail. All right. A Michigan doctor had revealed how he was sent racist hate mail after speaking in support of school mandates. I'm sorry, I don't mean to, but this headline is weird, right? It's not me. Doctor who advocated for masks in schools sent racist hate mail. Shouldn't this be a comma? Doctor who advocated for masks in schools, comma, sent racist hate mail, period. Is that right? It's like this lady who was a teacher. She goes off on a racist tirade. Why would you want her teaching your kids? People are just so fucking stupid. And then everything you work for is gone now because you think, people are not, you know, feeling it anymore. Dr. Bobby Makamala, Bobby, all American name Bobby, that last name Muckamala, Dr. Bobby Muckamala, told Newsweek he had been an advocate for taking COVID seriously from the beginning in the state, Genesee County. Muckamala has been involved in raising awareness about vaccines and testing, as well as safety protocols and protective equipment in the city of Flint, where he works as an ear, nose, and throat specialist. All right, he has spoken in. I want to hear what there was a note there. Okay. Earlier this week, one of the critics posted a racist letter to his office. How did they do? They posted like in the mail posted, or did they post it on a message board? You came from a land where dictatorship rules, comma, right? The handwritten note. Oh, it's handwritten. The handwritten note reads, "You came to America for freedom, right? Now you behave like a dictator from your land, and you want to rule America like the rulers in your country." See, this is the thing. Everybody like the internet, everybody with internet connection, just because they've got an internet connection don't mean they know what the fuck they're talking about and they're decent people, right? And the same thing with a pen and paper and a stamp. The letter claims that masks are a means of control, accused Mukamal of not giving a damn about Americans' good health. Yeah, look at the handwriting. It continues, why don't you care about childhood cancer? You do not. How do you know what he fucking cares about? These are the people who are getting pulled out of society by punching uh, stewardesses and getting out of their cars and jumping in the face of weathermen on TV. I mean, some people are just not serious people. The diatribe ends with this comment: "Why don't you mind your own business instead of being a bully? Go back to India." The letter can be viewed in full here below. Wow, look at the way they wrote cancer. Wow. Yeah, this person is not a serious person. Look at the handwriting. Handwriting like a serial killer. Yeah, all right. Mukamal told the newspaper that he wasn't traumatized, just disappointed as far as the state of our society and the fact that there's still a segment of the population that thinks like this. Initially, I chuckled at how little they know about me, he added. India is the world's largest democracy. I was born in Pittsburgh. I have dedicated my life and professional activity to improving American good health. All right, here's the thing. India is the world's largest democracy. Is just a thing you say, right? I don't know how democratic it really is. That place has giant issues. I have been diagnosed with childhood cancer for the past 21 years. Healthcare and public health in general is my business. I go back to India all the time to visit. Although Mukamala laughed off the letter, his wife and other people closest to him were concerned about the mental state of the author. The local sheriff has since off the doctor protection, and Mukamala is staying on guard because the note writer has yet to be identified. It came through the mail, man. He said he had shared the letter to Facebook because it is sad that it exists and important to make people aware that it exists. Yeah, this is America. People know that there's fucking racism here. Stop acting like you're the first people to find it. Oh, shut up. Okay. Jesus Christmas. Oh God, that sentence is so weird. It made him sound like he was a crackpot and sent racist letters. I don't even know. Some of these, I mean, we read a lot of stories from some people. Some of these people who work for these giant advanced newspaper outlets, their writing is not good. And nobody's saying you have to get all in the weeds like a college professor and write all deep and stupid, but come on, give it a 12th grade level so the average person can read it. Delta or not, the fairs must go on. Here's the thing about all these places opening up. I think you need to keep the coffers full, right? You got to get the bars open. You got to get people out to the concert venues. You want the restaurants open. You got to get for a couple of reasons. You got to get the kids back in school. Um, but where it's a surge. What you should have done was shut the place down for 2 years, but you couldn't do that. Uh, so we'll see what they do. We will see what they do. Good Lord. We don't have an ally in town. There's a couple of hundred guys fighting it out with the Taliban in the mountains. We're not going back in, guys. Sorry, you had 20 years to fix your shit, and you didn't. I think here's the problem. People are angry at the exit. People are not angry that we're leaving. We're angry about the exit. Whew. Excuse me, I thought I was going to sneeze. People are angry about the exit. When was sunset?
On it.
This what happened a few minutes ago. Now all of a sudden there's a plot by the government not to tell me when the sun is going to set. I mean, it's spinning in infinity. Say, hey, hallelujah.
Sunset was at 7:29 p.m. today.
Took a while. When is sunset tomorrow?
1 sec.
Good Lord. Not awesome.
Still on it.
We've got people outside my window being people.
Sunset tomorrow will be at 7:28 p.m.
All right, so we're in the 720s. So I'm assuming by Thanksgiving. All right. By Thanksgiving, it'll be better. We can shut this a bit. Oh, you know what we did not do? We did not set the clock. We have been streaming for an hour though, but we didn't set our timer. Um, which is the rarity. I think that's the first time that's happened in like the 4 months of us streaming. Remember, like and subscribe. We're here every day at 6:30. We're usually here until 8. Sometimes we go longer. And we talk about politics when we can. But man, I gotta tell you, sometimes it's ridiculous. Hunter Biden laptop. I gotta tell you, if you found a laptop with all this shit that I was doing on it, I'd be in jail, right? But all of a sudden, excuse me, you got the same kind of weird shit on there, but you're connected to somebody. It's a push. I mean, I I gotta tell you, man. I think what's likely to happen is uh after he passes away, and I think that's not gonna be in 10 years or whatever. I think I'll likely be sooner. Uh no, I'm gonna say sooner. But it'll likely be before. How old is he? Before the next election. Then I'm gonna start seriously looking into him because some of the shit he did was, in my opinion, it fucks around with like it's kind of like corruption. Um, how old is? You're not even gonna tell me. All right, 42. He's 78. Is that right? We always got this guy coming through here. '78. 78 is fucking old. How old is Nancy Pelosi? She's 81. Uh, These people are not planning anybody's future. Gee. All right. There's no sunset tomorrow. I'll subscribe if you block me. That's a good deal. I'll subscribe if you block me. I can't understand the Biden sexuals. Yeah, wow, yeah, he's 247. Yeah, well, man, I don't know what to tell you. I think people really, really bought into the idea of hating one and being rescued by the other, and they looked away from I don't know 50 years of history, and I don't know. It's America. Everybody gets to make their own choice. But once you make it, man, are you stuck? I'd rather we are all stuck with it. Um, which I think makes sense. I don't like all these recalls. I think recalls are done for political reasons. Like that woman who tried to help Cuomo avoid all these sexual, and she works for like a woman's empowerment. Cuomo, me too, right? Andrew Cuomo was down for the state of Me Too movement. Andrew Cuomo went from Me Too ally to one man battle to discredit women 1 month ago, 1 month ago, 3 weeks ago. She was, I mean, well, what was she? She was, forget her name, but she was part of one of these women groups that helped them. Yeah. So we've been streaming for an hour and 15 minutes. Now all of a sudden I've got a runny nose. Um Tomorrow, hmm, uh tomorrow, Saturday, I haven't really worked out the music thing yet. And next Saturday, I think we're gonna have a show. Oh boy, I think we're gonna have a show. But it's not gonna be like this. It's more like, and I don't want to make it a 9/11 thing next Saturday either. So we're probably not going to be talking any politics or news because I don't want to cut the TV on, and we're likely not going to have our normal guitar thing. So I don't really know what we're going to be doing. But yesterday, I think we decided yesterday that we were going to be here. Yes, exactly. Roberta Kaplan. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. So let's look her up because a lot of these people made a lot of money off this Me Too thing. And this is I said this a few months ago, not a few months ago, like a year or two ago, that it's beginning to be used for politics. It's beginning to attack people who announce their runs for office. Women come out saying this happened 30 years ago with no evidence. I'm like, man, I'm for you, but seriously, you can't just point your finger at everybody and end them, right? And shame on you for not taking this seriously because someone's going to come into your life and point their finger at your son in 20 years or whatever. And, yeah, they're all lawyers. They're all lawyers. Let's look her up. Roberta Kaplan. Is this still? I thought it was another one. I guess it was. Her hair was darker. And she was like a White House operative, right? It's just, we need a woman. You know what? You're good for it. You sit there and you tell them this, okay? And that's what happens. Times Up board co-chair steps down in wake of Cuomo scandal. Yeah, I mean that's it, right? They're not serious. They're all about Me Too and women, to drive the women to vote. But once someone that they know, you know, Biden had a Me Too issue too. Biden had a Me Too issue too. Times Up board co-chair Roberta Clapton resigned from her position at the Women's Rights Organization, after it came to light that she reviewed a draft of a letter questioning the character of one of New York Democratic Governor Andrew Cuomo's accusers, Lindsey Boylan. And apparently, they gave Lindsey Boylan's jacket to his lawyers so they could flip through it and accuse her of shit. I mean, it's so fucked up. It really is just sort of, it's sort of like the height of sinisternness. Dude, what are you going? What is going on in the chat with you, man? We're not a sexist group here. We don't rate people on 1 to 10. We don't care how attractive you are. Don't sexually harass anybody. Is the point here? I got too many nieces and nephews and sisters. Yeah, that's another thing, man. They all went to school together. That's the problem. They're all sort of they just all sort of have these fucking elite ties. So then you go, this thing happened to me, and Cuomo's more valuable to them than you. And then they got someone in that seat who should be a regular nonpartisan person looking out for women, but it's one of these people from their, let's call it a country club, what's her name again? Roberta. Hey Roberta, we got a timed up chairmanship for you. You did good work working for she worked for, who did she work for in the White? Oh, good lord. Who did she work for in the White House? She worked for, was she Hillary Clinton's aide or Wikipedia? All right, let's look her up real fast. Career, Times Up, United States versus Windsor, E. Jean, defamation of Mary Trump versus Donald Trump. Yeah, she's an operative. A native of Cleveland, Ohio, Roberta Clapton grew up in a Jewish household. She graduated from Hawkins School in Gates Mills, Ohio, 84. LGBT scholar. There you go. Aaron Belkin was Kaplan's high school friend and prom date. An LGBT scholar. Is he gay? Oh no. Because how funny would that be if her prom date? Interest, sexuality, and the military. He was Grand Moss San Francisco 11 private. Okay. PhD, Brown University, 88. He then went to where he got a master's and PhD. He graduated Hawkins Game where he was friend prom. A lot. There's not a lot of personal shit in here. Something tells me he's gay. It's funny that you always hear somebody's prom date being gay. He went on to be gay. It's so good. It's so that he's become a gay scholar who's obsessed with the military, which probably should have been your first warning. She earned a BA in Russian history and literature from Harvard University in 88. Russian, so what? College, she spent a semester in Moscow. How do you know she's not an agent? She spent a semester in Moscow. All this other Donald Trump. Oh boy, don't let me start defending Donald Trump. Discovered a passion for political activism. Yeah, everybody always discovers a passion for political activism. Then they go on to get rich, and none of the problems get fucking solved. Kaplan served as a law clerk, lawyers. Massachusetts, the New York appeals. She assisted Kay with a number of academic. Kaplan joined Paul Weiss in 96 and made partner in 99. She made partner 3 years later. You know how hard that is to do? In July 2017, Kaplan founded Kaplan Heckler. Time's Up. In 2000, Kaplan co-founded the Times Up League Defense Fund with Tina Shen. She's the one I thought was ousted. Was the CEO of Times Up from 2019 to 2021. Yeah, she got thrown out too, right? On October was appointed she resigned in August 2021 in the wake of yeah, she just resigned in the wake of the wow, they both left. Oh man, that thing is so ridiculous. All right. I'm only getting with myself. I'm only gay with myself. It reminds me of that robot chicken sketch where the clone is sitting on his lap and they're making out, and somebody walks in and the guy goes, "It's not gay, it's masturbation," which is really, not only is it smart, it's quick, it's clever, it's really kind of, and it's also has philosophical ramifications. But yeah, if you're making out with yourself, is that gay or is that masturbation? It's just funny. Uh, yeah. Maybe I can. What about the women who, you know, did they always tell you growing up it's not what you know, but who? Yeah, yeah, you're right. It's not what you know, but who you know. Yeah, like, well, a lot of us are climbing ladders that go nowhere. You know what I mean? Um, yeah. Mary Trump, Donald Trump. She sued Donald. Yeah, she's a Democratic operative. Kaplan married her partner, lawyer and Democratic Party activist Rachel Levine. Oh, so she went to the prom with a gay guy, and then she ends up being gay. And okay, fine. Ugh, you people are horrible people. So she essentially, what's that woman's name who told Monica Lewinsky to keep the dress? You know, she was playing like I'm your ally, but she was really working. Linda Tripp. She's like I'm your ally, but she was really working against her. This is what we have here. She was referred to last week's resort issued by New York City. Yeah. Oh, there's a correction. What's the correction? In an earlier version of this story, misstated the response that Rosa had made to the Attorney General report. She has responded to the allegations via her attorney. So they said that she didn't respond. I mean, what are you gonna do with people? Every time you turn around looking for hope, they reach out their hand and say they have hope, but they're the ones, you know, they come at you like mobsters, right? Mobsters don't just show up. They want to ingratiate themselves to you before they mac their power on you, right? Or they have you over the barrel anyway, and then they just come with force. But before all that force shit, they want to come smile in your face and tell you how we're all friends and neighbors, and let's go into business together. Then once you do that, this is how it's going to be, right? We're going to take this out the back door, and you're going to take a loss, and don't worry about putting in your insurance. You're like, I'm trying to be an honest man. You got baby crooks. Wow. Whew. Well, I guess I'm not gonna finish that coffee. It is fucking. I have to look up the weather. I'm sorry, because it's like, what's the weather outside?
One sec.
What is going on with this thing? All right, it says it's 70 degrees outside. But tomorrow 80, 80, 80, 80, 80, 80, 80s. I'm telling you, man. I it was well, it's going back up to 80, 86.
It's
80.
currently clear and 73 degrees.
Yeah, okay. 80, close to 90. It looks like it's going to try to be hot on Sunday and Tuesday, Sunday and Wednesday. But everything is trending low, man. It is the end of summer. It's going to be nice tonight, 69 degrees. We'll sleep with all the windows open. Um, that's it, I guess. Do we want to wrap this up in the next five? Do we want to end it here? We've been streaming for an hour and 25 minutes. Like and subscribe. Here has the most airing voice on this planet. You can change your Siri's voice. Does Mary Trump always wear a tie? Oh my God, what is wrong with this? I mean, here's the thing. It sounds to me like they have family issues and they want you to take a side. Um, and a lot of these people, you wouldn't know who Mary Trump was if it wasn't Donald Trump doing something, right? So now they get to be famous. Mary Trump. Oh, good Lord, that's horrible. All right, Mary L. Trump is an American psychologist and author, a niece of Donald Trump. She has been critical of him as well as the rest of the Trump family. Her 2020 book about him and the family, too much. Yeah, okay. So she wrote a book about them. This seems to me to be a money making grab. Wait a minute. No, but she's wearing a collared shirt, but Yeah, I don't know, man. Families have their issues, but for you to write books about it and stick it in the, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how seriously I would take her one on one with Mary Trump. The only reason she's on TV is because she'll say mean things about him, right? If they could have found another family member who would have said meaner things about him, yeah. Um, I wish Trump was my grandpa. Uh, so yeah, so we're here every day at 6:30. Come on through, please like and subscribe. We're here every day except for Sunday. Sunday we're here at 7:30 in the morning. Um, but Monday through Saturday, we're here at 6:30. Like and subscribe here on Twitch or on YouTube. Um, it's your Friday. I'm about to relinquish you back into the wilds of your weekend. I want you to have a beer and if you smoke, smoke a J or a cigarette. Ask that pretty girl out or that pretty guy out. Uh, Watch that movie that you can't get enough of. You know what? Here's a bit of information that's I find weird. I finally saw the beginning of this, but for like 20 years, I never saw the beginning of Night of the Comet. You know this movie where a comet comes back around. It comes back once every 66 million years or something. And the last time it came through, the Earth went through like its comet trail, and it killed it. That they said that's what killed off the dinosaur. So the movie takes place with everybody wanting to watch this comet. Uh, and every time I tuned in, uh, everybody was the earliest I tuned in. It was right after the barbecue, and the girls woke up, and there was ashen people, right? And the dog collar was ash with like so like, oh man, I could never catch it, and I finally caught the beginning of it. It was lackluster, but it was still one of those great movies, one of those great 1980s movies. I highly recommend it if you're a science fiction person and you like good B science fiction. Uh, Night of the Comet is pretty good stuff. It's got Robert Belzer in it, who was in Voyager. He was Chakotay. Yeah, all right. Um, so yeah, all that good stuff. So come on through, like and subscribe, and we will be here tomorrow at 7:30. Also, uh, did we talk about September 11th, Saturday next week? Uh, we don't really. I'm beginning to lose contact with the imagery here. I wonder if I'm still even streaming. Uh, Hold on. What's going on with the stream? All right, hold on. Uh-oh. Oh boy, here we go. All right. Yeah, I think we're having some hiccups and some quirks, so maybe now is the best time to exit it. We've been streaming for an hour and a half. Come on back tomorrow. Uh, Take it easy. Have a good weekend. Be respectful of yourself and other people. That's for everybody. Uh, and yeah, I will see you tomorrow. It is exactly 8 o'clock. It is exactly 8 o'clock. Go out and get your weekend started. Go have a beer. Go shoot some pool. Go play some darts. Go mac on some sweet, cute girl. Go read that book. Go to the beach. Right? Go get out there. Go get some of this environment and stop being so what's the word I'm looking for? So unengaging. Right? So go get engaged. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, men and women, trees and bushes, uh, earth and wind, fire and water. I will see you guys tomorrow. Uh, I can't do that. All right. I'll see you guys tomorrow, 6:30, Saturday, the 4th. have a beer ready. All right. Everyone take care. William, have a good night, man. Thanks for coming through. Wignot, you had your moments, man. Thanks for coming through. We'll see everybody tomorrow. Peace out.